In this section, we're going to look at dyslexia and the definition of it. So we know that dyslexia is a label given to describe a different way of thinking and processing information. And with this way of thinking and processing, there are strengths and challenges. So let's have a look at what the strengths are. One of the key strengths for dyslexics is their ability to think at concept and ideas level rather than the detail level first. It is also referred to as big picture thinking. This concept level thinking can be from a hands-on point of view, such as how a piece of machinery all works together before starting to build it, or how a garment is going to look and fit together before starting to sew it or make it. It can also be on a systems or process level. So it might be with a project, how the different tasks and components of that project fit together to achieve the outcome that the project wants to achieve. This big picture that dyslexics can think about can be large, so large that others, especially if they are not big picture thinkers and though they prefer the details, those thinkers can struggle to understand what the dyslexic is talking about. This can lead to a sense of not being heard and frustration. Dyslexics also have a curiosity for learning and understanding new things and seeing the world in these different concepts or frameworks. Also, just as an aside, they work better when they have some degree of autonomy. For example, when they have some control or flexibility over when they do their working hours. Dyslexics naturally like to find solutions to issues and problems. They are always looking for the best or most efficient way to do things. The other part that seems to motivate dyslexics is that they see solutions and better processes, not just for themselves, but for other people or for a wider group like who they work for. One example of this is combining the big picture thinking with the problem they're trying to solve. So dyslexics are able to take large, complex issues and the information needed to understand those issues and then be able to break it down into a more simple format so it's easier for everyone to access. This is a great skill set in a work environment because that being able to access that simplified information means that everyone can access it. Dyslexics have an ability to see patterns and connections with information that others may not. They connect information on lots of different levels. And then, when it all connects together like a jigsaw puzzle, they have these really fast forward leaps in thinking. And that's when they produce these different ideas, or what you may also hear it called out-of-the-box ideas. These fast leaps forward mean sometimes others, who are unable to have these very quick leaps, don't understand the solution that you've come up with, so they can be dismissive. When you partner this with the dyslexic struggle to explain how they got there, because this process is so fast and instinctive, it means that quite often those around them don't see that solution that has been brought up by the dyslexic and it's missed or dismissed. Sensing how others feel is an innate strength of dyslexics. They sense how others are feeling, and it is a type of empathy because they can put themselves in that person's shoes. They do this instinctively and are skilled at taking cues from observing body language, facial expressions, what has been said, and how it's been said, like the tone of voice that's been used. Dyslexics can pick up on subtle clues in social interactions, at meetings in the workplace, conversations with family members that others may not see. They can get a read on a situation, but because it is so automatic when they do this, that they may struggle to explain clearly what they are experiencing without support. This sensing ability is generally accurate and instinctive, but the reasoning behind it may be incorrect depending on the dyslexic's life experiences. For example, a dyslexic senses someone is upset, but due to that dyslexic masking their dyslexia and their own potential low confidence from the schooling system, they may assume that that person they're sensing who is upset with them, even though that may not be the case. Dyslexics can retain information and remember it better or easier if they see it. It's important, therefore, how information is presented so they have a better chance of retaining it. For example, giving direction, a dyslexic is more likely to remember the visual cues, such as go this way, and when you see the pink house, go down until you see the blue letterbox on this side. So in summary, dyslexic strengths are having that concept level or big picture thinking, the ability to solve problems and be solution focused. So you can come up with these different ideas and solutions that we can call out of the box thinking. The ability to see patterns and make connections of information on a different level to others around you. Having the ability to sense how others feel and having an empathy for their situation. And preferring to see information so that it sticks better in your brain.